Shalom. And by now you certainly understand shalom means hello and peace. And my hope is that your peace comes from the source of all peace, Yeshua, the Messiah of Israel. Hi, I'm Rabbi Dr. Joseph Rosenfarb of Beth Messiah Synagogue of Tidewater. We're located at 7130 Granby Street here in Norfolk, Virginia. Our telephone number is 757-423-3440. And again, that address, 7130 Granby Street, Norfolk, Virginia, 23505. You can also get us on the web. So if you have questions, just drop us a line on the web or leave us a message on the phone. We'll get back to you as soon as we possibly can. Well, today we're going to jump into a New Covenant book. It's called the Acts of the Shlichim. The Shlichim comes from Shaliach, one who was sent out, an emissary. And you could also call them apostles, translocal people. And I just wanted to share a few statistics with you. It's often reported that the Messianic Jewish movement of the first century was a very small aberrative movement, and I want to dispel that right now. If we take a look at the book of Acts, chapter 2, just in one day from the preaching of one of the Shlichim, Peter, just from his preaching alone, 3,000 people came to faith. 3,000 Jewish people from all over the world. They were there for the festival of Shavuot, and they came from really all the known parts of the world, and 3,000 entered into the new faith. If you take a look at chapter 7 and verse 38, the scriptures say that people were added daily. So that number continues to spiral upwards. And then we continue with Acts chapter 4, and we've got 5,000 men. Now, if you calculate that properly, that's probably anywhere between 15 and 20,000 men, women, and children, if you include the families. In those days, only the men were counted, and you have to multiply that by a factor of 3. So now we've got 5,000, which is really 15 to 20,000. We've got 3,000, which is really more like 9 to 12,000. And then in chapter 9, you've got the entire cities of Lydda and Sharon coming to faith. So what we see in the book of Acts is this incredible movement. Professor Jacob Yoch of Canada, who's no longer with us of blessed memory, he was a Messianic Jewish scholar, and he took the book of Acts and calculated upwards towards 100,000 Jewish people came to faith in the Messiah of Israel, Yeshua, in the first century. Now, when you take into consideration that in the first century, only 5,000 were card-carrying Pharisees, 5,000 Sadducees, 10,000 Essenes, 100,000 people is an enormous number. No wonder the rabbis of the day said that they're taking over the entire world. Now, in these days, we're also seeing a great movement of Jewish people towards Yeshua, the Messiah, but those numbers in these days are going to exceed the first century. And I'm really anxiously awaiting that day. May it come soon. So until next time, Shalom uvrecha, peace and blessing to you. Shalom.